Is July 9th, 2023. It was right before November 13th, 2018, when I was beat on the stairs. And so a month later, right before Christmas, when that guy, I ended up in the emergency room. Some guys showed up. They wanted to ask questions on threats on my life, and the doctor won't let them talk to me. You don't realize what happened. You show up in an emergency room with a chicken wing arm, a damaged rib cage, and damaged intestines. You've not been in a car wreck. What happened to you? Somebody beat the hell out of you. Dave should have been arrested on the spot. But that tall white guy that was bald with dark eyes and the nice suit, because it's about a month later, we have the Christmas program for John's church. Yeah, he shows up there with a bunch of guys. I walked by and he said, "She's beautiful." Well, I sat next to Dave. Now, because I didn't answer my phone because I'd already just been almost shot driving. Okay? Shot in the head driving, and I had slam, tuck, and swerve, so I stopped answering my phone. I found out if the church people didn't know where I was, and Dave didn't, I was safe, so I stopped answering my phone. I turned the damn thing off at times. One investigator yelled at me in Walmart. All these people start surrounding me. I get on 62, and they're surrounding me. I look at Walmart, and they have been chasing people off, coming at me and everything. I thought, I can't do it today. And I go down to Fisher's. I do get my groceries, and I come back to Walmart. He comes up to me in front of people in Walmart. "If you don't pull over, I can't arrest him for stalking him." He yelled at me in front of people. For the what a shame guy, the one that just was a freak that they did have people looking for, they grabbed the wrong guy in Walmart. He screamed at me. All these group of people surrounded him. You looked even close to him, they grabbed you. See, the agent that called me back didn't want the guy that threatened to knife me. He was part of the human traffickers. He didn't want him. He called me a liar, made me beg for my life. He tried to kidnap me in front of Terry. I told him that, and he called me a liar. She let me tape her with her permission. She's seen him. He took my house manager, Melissa's niece, and then my co-worker. He killed her family member, too. He's a serial killer in this area, but he didn't want him. But he wanted the what a shame guy. But it was close to, November 13th, November 18th of 18. I am beat with internal injuries, and Dave threatens my life, and I end up in the hospital. And this guy's come outside of my room. They're talking to the doctor. We want to question her about threats on her life. He said, "She's not talking to anybody. You don't realize what happened." But when I went to that Christmas service, there was this tall white guy. Bald, dark eyes. He had maybe dark eyes. I know he's bald. He's very handsome. And he's very distinguished looking, nice suit. And he had a bunch of guys with him. And I walked by, and he tells someone she's beautiful. And I sit down next to David where he had beat me because I didn't answer my phone. He chicken winged my arm. He knocked me into a wood railing and damaged my ribcage permanently, the cartilage. Punched me with both fists twice in the stomach. That's 4 punches. Damaged my intestines and with intestinal swelling. Did he get arrested? No. He didn't even get questioned. He admits it on my phone. There's an emergency report, and there's a video in a protected custody case. And I end up in the emergency room in a few days, and then I have to take medication for it, not even now, to keep the swelling down. Well, we're in that Christmas service a month later, and when I walk by, that guy says that. I sit next down to Dave. He starts putting his arm around me, starts pushing it on that damaged rib cage. Well, I scoot over. He does it again. And he's pushing in on his handiwork. And the more he does it, it hurts. And I keep moving away from him. And trying to adjust it so he's not doing that. In time, the minister has to stand up. I hold on to the pew, and I can't breathe. Well, I excuse myself, and I go downstairs, and I slow my breathing down. Okay? Breathe. And I go back up, and he said, no matter what, she should have kept her butt in that chair. and he wasn't going to help her. She wasn't going to keep her put in that chair no matter what. He was a drug dealer. Because he didn't care that Dave beat me on the stairs. He didn't care he had internal injuries. As if he couldn't tell that Dave wasn't pushing in on those handiwork. Right? Right. He wanted to insult me and make up an excuse not to help me. Huh? Exactly. He was another stunt. Those ladies today in Trinity Gospel. Now, I'm sitting up front with my client. They sit right behind us. Oh, they have everybody turn around and pray for everybody. So the ladies sitting right behind us, they pull Trinity Gospels tape. They'll have a picture of them. They're in there mocking the FBI. As if the FBI, after what that agent did, whatever, fix this. They're daring him to. And then they were mocking how they sold the login to the case. FBI information. They admitted to selling it. My phone's tapped. They made plenty of money off of it. Then later on, people were talking. We heard it was a retired Judge Pete that actually did it. He had no authority. What was he thinking? Exactly. My one friend that used to work at the Starr County Prosecutor's Office said that there was a Muslim man actually getting surveillance by an officer on his own. He found out, he went to a judge. The judge pulled a cop in front of him and said, you had no right in that man's home. He has a right to privacy. And I could never look or listen. And he can sue you for this. That cop can go to jail like 2 to 20 years. Exactly. See, I was out yesterday and some guys said, well, we were supposed to keep an eye on her while she's out. I heard they're pulling nothing but shit with her. And some guy said, well, some guy told on her before. That's what's going on. They all know about John. FBI agent John telling on me before. And letting them get away with this. And they mocked him and called him out by name. June 7th, 23, Walmart 62, by the ladies' bathroom, that he fell for their stunt on the tapes before. There's no way he fell for it. People on July 7th walked by the hair salon in Walmart 62. There's no way that agent fell for it. Where they said FBI agent fell for the stunt on the tapes before. Come no. That agent actually fell for it. It was just a stunt. You're kidding, right? It was just a stunt. Lighthouse Tabernacle. Admitting it was just a stunt. Because they're getting even with me basically for Dave calling Katie fat and ugly. And they're dating behind my back. And she wants attention. So he calls her fat and ugly in another store where there's no one around. And they're hiding behind the purses. Oh, she laughed. We got to get her. Because they're psycho. And they mock him and call him out. Is that what's going on? June 7th, 2023. Lighthouse Tabernacle admitting it was just a stunt. He actually fell for that? You're kidding. Is that what's going on? Calling him out by name. Eric called him out November 18, 2022, Walmart 62 by the hair salon. Confessed all the tapes before him were not me. It was his idea to come up with it, his idea to say it, his idea to do it. For all these people turn on and they fell for it. They laugh at him like they're jackasses. How they fooled everybody into helping out. They made fools out of these people. Do you know what a human trafficker is? They sell children and women into be sex slaves and to be murdered. So they're child rapists, they're child molesters, and they're serial killers. We put a nice name on the vilest criminals. And they're laughing. Serial killers are laughing at these people for helping out. Everybody needs to turn them in. They told them back in 19 they were child molesters doing it to me. They told them in 19 that it was just a real life case of how to get away with murder. They told them in 20 or 21 it was murderers doing it to me. And they admitted to photoshopping everything and date rape, drugging, amnesia drugging everything. And more than 10 told on him. And because that agent opened a real case with statements, it stands up in court by itself. And they've already recorded these people admitting to all those crimes. I'm going to go ahead and upload this.